Hello everyone, welcome to the GeekyTwins, and today we're going to be playing a indie game called Faulty Apprentice. Now this is an extended demo, but it's just been onto Kickstarter and it's Steam greenlit, and I got this extended demo off of itch.io, and just let you kind of get an idea of what this is. The information says Faulty Apprentice is an interactive visual novel with elements of fantasy and lighthearted fun. You take on the role of an ordinary farm boy, which, this guy right here, that left home seeking the glorious apprenticeship. You have a couple of jobs. In fact, you had a lot, more than you can count. Why do you keep getting fired? If you can't hold an apprenticeship at this castle, there's nowhere left. Is a lifetime of failure leading the apprentice to get to a greater purpose, or will he fail in a blaze of glory like always? Perhaps with your help and some new friends, he can turn this faulty apprentice into a true hero. I'll leave a link in the description below if you would like to be a part of the Kickstarter or play the demo yourself. And let's go ahead into it. Prelude, Act 1. Pathway to Adventure. What's your name, stranger? Let's see if I can turn that up a bit. Let's see. Okay, I'm a boy, so let's go with Jake. Enter name and press the green button to continue.
Of course.
Ah, Jake is a strong and powerful name. Okay, so I guess it's mostly clicking. You might be just the one I'm looking for. Come find me at the castle, and I promise that all that you desire shall be yours. Mysterious voice.
I'll be waiting.
I'll be waiting for you. Sounds like Vlad. That was a weird dream. I must have overslept. It's already midday. Oh hey, look at that. I didn't get lost after all. That's Stars Reach Castle up there. My last hope to find an apprenticeship. Would you like to play the prologue? The prologue contains value story information that will not affect your path. Recommended for first time. Okay. As you continue down the road, you begin to notice the number of people is growing. Not only that, they all have frightened expressions and are walking in the opposite direction of the castle. Everyone seems too preoccupied to answer. Not looking where you're walking, you trip over something. Stretched out in front of the shade of an old pine tree, you see an old bare foot with a sandal lazily hanging off. Looking at the source of the lake, you can see an old man being constructed by the tree roots. It's hard to see the shadow with the bright sun. Will you wait for your eyes to adjust or rush to save the old man? Having worked as an Oculus crafter for a few days, remembering closing your eyes will dilate your pupils, giving you a better vision in low light. You close your eyes a moment and reopen them, focused on the shadowed area. What you thought to be tree roots were a series of bag straps crossing this way and that over the old man's robes. It's not that he looks homeless, but there is a bit of unkept nature about him. After getting bored of connecting which strap goes to what bag, you notice the old man is wearing a pointy hat. As a former scriptorium apprentice, you can tell by the shape of his hat means he's a wizard. An enchanter wears a pointy hat that drapes down to one side or behind the wearer, similar to a nightcap. It keeps the hair out of his eyes while reading and writing ancient runes. Sorcerer hats are tall, pointy hats for some internal ranking system, but we all know it's because they love to be the center of attention. Since their magic is a birthright, they can be a little snooty and heavily value their traditional attire. And of course, everyone knows that warlocks wear hoods. The wizard hat, although slightly pointed at the top, the brim is enlarged to make it more practical for traveling. You always imagine wizards to be grand and sophisticated, real classy-like. Maybe he's just a homeless person after all. It was kind of silly to even consider it. Huh? Sticking out from one of the worn leather bags, a piece of paper catches your eye. Yeah. You slowly pull the paper from his bag without disturbing his slumber. Wet tunic contest. Saturday of the next full moon at the town of Brindle. Join the first ever wet tunic contest in the history of the Four Kingdoms. I see you're interested in the wet tunic contest as well. The old man strokes his beard and began scanning through the lines of people, mumbling to himself.
One can never be too careful.
We should get going as soon as possible to get good seats.
I wonder.
That's most likely where all these folks are going. I don't think so. You get the distinct impression that the old man is not listening to you.
Precisely.
Precisely. Great minds think alike, you know. It is a pleasure to finally meet you, Jake.
Hello there.
I'm the great wizard Durandal. You know me?
Precisely.
Of course I know you.
Precisely.
We're going to do so much, and it started all right here.
Well,
Or
now,
it starts here for you, I suppose. Such a brave lad.
by my beard.
Good heavens, I haven't told you of what I'm going to ask you yet, have I?
Well,
You see, the thing is, I was prepared to set off on an adventure of magic, maidens, monsters, and the usual mayhem, but ran into a bit of a snag.
hold on. Yes.
Wait, let me find the original wording.
When it comes to the future, one can never be too careful.
Okay, he just said it. When it comes to the future, you can never be too careful.
Where is that scroll?
The wizard begins rummaging through his bags, pulling out scrolls and books. Eventually, an awkward amount of time passes.
Oh, confusticate these scrolls.
What good is knowledge of the future if you can't find the bloody notes?
Where is that scroll?
Blast it all, there's a grand recruitment speech written down, but I seem to have misplaced the damn thing. Now I'm not in the mood anymore. I need your help delivering an important message, something about the fate of the kingdom, maybe even the world.
I wonder.
You interested? Is this old man really a magician? And did he say he could see the future? Saying yes to an adventure always seemed like an easy choice in the scroll books, but now that it's actually happening, I don't know what to do. Should I go with this homeless man, wizard, on an adventure?
Precisely.
Marvelous. I could tell there was something special about you. The wizard smiles and nods with a proud expression as if you just accomplished a great task. Before you have a chance to ask about the adventure, the wizard thrusts a wax seal scroll into your hands. Deliver this letter to the castle for me. Post haste.
I wonder.
They seem to be having a situation, but I have an important business elsewhere. You understand. Those tunics aren't going to wet themselves after all.
Well, now.
Or is it get themselves wet?
Precisely.
Matters not. Good luck, old friend.
Farewell.
As the wizard begins walking in the opposite direction of the castle, all your hopes of adventure are dashed away. You remember that you're not special, and nothing special will ever happen to you. Looking at the wizard's letter, you mumble to yourself. Adventures suck. As if he could hear you, the wizard halts in his step and begins walking back towards you.
There, apprentice.
You need not worry. I'll bring you back a souvenir or something. The wizard bids you farewell and joins the lines of people marching away from the castle. Before getting back on the road, you take a moment to inspect the sealed wax scroll. You have obtained Drundel's letter. Without understanding what the old wizard meant, who this letter was for, or what to expect when you arrive, you put Drundel's letter back into your pocket and resume the long walk to Stars Reach Castle. Act 2. Not so warm welcome. Now that the castle gates are in sight, it's a good time to take a break and grab a drink from the stream. After all, that wizard was actually extremely odd, so you're not sure what to expect once you approach the gates. The stream water tastes nice and cold, but before you can savor the refreshing taste, something catches your eye. Great. From under the bridge, 3 small figures with ragged clothing hobble out. Even though you have never seen them in real life, they're unmistakably goblins. The goblin left behind some crude weapons, a bone bow, a rusty short sword, and a twig that looks like a wand. If you pick up a weapon, there's an opportunity to attack before the goblin notices you. Which weapon will you use to attack? You pick up the twig wand. Seeing the twig wand up close, you start to second guess your decision to pick up the weapon because this looks and feels exactly like a twig. One is even chewed up as if the goblins were using it as a toothpick. Would you like to equip the twig wand? Yeah. You've equipped the twig wand. Huh? One of the goblins have noticed you. You, man-boy, should be gone. Now you be killed dead. The smallest one of them begins rushing towards you with a sword and shield. He jumps in the air and reels back for the horizontal swing. You can see his eyes targeting a sweet spot between your neck and shoulder. Say bye-bye to your neck head. You point the twig up towards the little monster and shout nonsense in hopes of casting a spell. Oh, shit. What the... Is that ice? The goblins have been replaced with a gigantic upside-down icicle sprouting out from the ground. Just as you think it almost looks beautiful, you're snapped back to reality by a cold burning in your lungs.
Fan out and search the area.
Okay. Check the area. Anything carrying a weapon is considered hostile.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, ma'am.
You betcha.
Ooh. Yes, Commander. You haven't been noticed by the guards yet. What will you do? Before anyone notices you, begin slink away back towards the riverbank. Suddenly you bump into something that moves. What was that? It had pointy ears and a tail, but looked like a girl.
That's an order.
You there, stay where you are. Huh? What's up with these guards? The guard points a tremendously long lance towards you as 2 other guards appear out of the mist at either side of you. Commander, we've got one over here. The mist begins to swirl as the form of a female knight with long hair and glowing azure sword begins walking toward you. Waving her sword as if drawing an invisible line on the ground, the snowy fog is dispersed with the gust of wind. She gives you a size-up glance before locking eyes with you.
I have no time for games.
Why have you not evacuated with the other villagers? I have a letter.
Guards.
Search him.
Yes, Commander.
The guard grabs you roughly and begins to pat you down. She reaches into your pocket and pulls out the letter scroll the old man gave you to deliver. After finishing her search, another guard comes up from the other side. I like her. Bunny guard. Don't try anything funny here, Sugar. You don't want to get hurt now. He was carrying this. The guard hands over the scroll and falls back in line with others.
I must consider.
The woman in giant shiny armor keeps her icy glaze focused on you while she peels open the scroll. After a moment of reading, she looks back toward you. What tunic contest?
I have no time for games.
You feel your face going beet red from embarrassment. This other scroll carries the seal of Drundaral. The commander breaks the wax seal, and you see her eyes run back and forth over the scroll.
Apprentice.
Is this letter true? Yes.
Agreed.
Very well then. If these are the wizard's instructions, so be it.
Guards.
Durandral was forced to leave an urgent business elsewhere and has left us his new apprentice. It's true, he left through the west gate early this morning. That's an orc, cool. He was in an expectantly good mood, saying a dream come true or something of the like. Left in quite a hurry, too. The news seems to be quite a shock because all the guards start to murmur amongst themselves. Suddenly you are hit with a pulse of cold air as the commander shoves her sword into the ground.
Silence.
Calm yourselves. Whether it was the cold blast or feeling of terror this woman provokes, you find yourself snapping to attention as well. Drundral would not leave us in time of need unless he had a very good reason. He understands what's at stake here.
War is coming.
We all do. But we don't have time to waste.
Guards.
Guard, take 2 squads and do a final sweep over the village.
Yes, Commander.
The rest of you can go back to your stations. I need a few more words with our new guest. The commander sheathes her sword and takes 2 steps towards you.
Apprentice.
Drundaral was indeed charged with protecting the stone, but it is my charge to protect this castle.
I must consider.
This letter says I'm to give you access to the Mage's Tower, training facilities, and even provide you with quarters. However, the letter does not say when I have to give you access, nor where you shall reside. You may sleep in the South Tower and are permitted to enter the castle only during the day hours.
Apprentice.
At least until we know you are the man this letter promises. Wait, what?
I have no time for
From this
games.
moment on, you are a soldier of Star's Reach, and you will address me as properly. Yes,
Well
Commander.
done.
The commander gives you the slightest of nods before turning on her heel and marching off.
Train hard.
All right, come on now, Sugar. Let's get you settled in. The bunny guard escorts you to the South Tower and shows you to your room.
You betcha.
All right, Sugar. This is where the commander said to put you up. Feel free to get settled in. I'll be posted outside if you need anything. Oh, and I almost forgot. Welcome to Star's Reach. The guard smiles at you warmly before leaving the room. Okay, so this is interesting. I like the like the animated part of this. Attributes, nothing. So I got strength, dexterity, wisdom, stealth, and courage. Relationship, sword instructor, archery instructor, magic instructor, and blank. Equipment. You must train with a sword instructor at least once to obtain a sword instructor. Okay, so that's... yeah. Okay, interesting. Ooh, you've not created memories with anyone yet. Final battle. Okay. So there's a time limit? Would you like to spend time looking at the flyer? This flyer is really interesting. Really, really interesting. Alright. That was a good idea. Now, what was I doing before that flyer distracted me?
Hey there, Sugar Plum.
What does the 3 mean? That alchemist is always up to something, I reckon. She's always been a little on the eccentric side. Half the time she forgets to put on pants in the morning. Ever since that accident, though, I swear she's got 2 personalities. Have you talked to her yet? Well, if you do, just be careful now. You hear? The guard posted in the alchemist tower could probably tell you
Go
more.
get 'em.
I'm too tired to ask about jobs.
Bye-bye now.
Go to sleep well and today and move on tomorrow. Would you like to go to sleep now? Not yet. That was a long day. I'm exhausted. Okay, I guess I'm going to bed. Day 1.
Good morning.
Rise and shine, Jake. I left your breakfast by the table. Be sure to eat it all, okay?
Go get 'em.
You can train up to 2 times per day, so you're going to need your strength. Feel free to stop by your room anytime. I'll be posted up outside to let you in and out.
Bye-bye now.
Take care now. Bye. Okay.
Hey there, Sugar Plum. Woohoo!
The Commander's ice powers are fantastic, aren't they? I heard she snuck into the mage tower as a child and was hit by a misspell. Durandal managed to save her, but after that she was never quite the same. I reckon the Commander was always a little cold personality-wise, but this took it to a whole new level.
Oh, good goblins.
The way I heard it, she nearly froze half the castle before she learned to control it. Now, these are just stories I've heard, but looking in the ocean side of the prison tower is not hard to believe. Teehee. I know we're on a war rations, but how am I supposed to survive with only 1 carrot per day? Well, of course, there is other food in the rations, but I'm talking about carrots.
Woohoo!
Sweet, crispy, fresh from the ground carrots. Do you think you could ask around the other guards and find an extra carrot for me? Gathering jobs require key items found elsewhere in the castle. Yes. Oh, okay. Can't do it.
Bye-bye now.
Guess I need a... Cool. Okay. That's my room. So let's go... here. Hail, Apprentice. I'm sure you've heard the Cinder Guard is the strongest of the castle guards, but that's just because of her flame magic. Physically speaking, I'm the strongest. That's why the commander put me in charge of the West Gate. If Valtz and his men want to get past this gate, they'll just have to go through me. The standard issue toothbrush for castle guards is not big enough for me. How am I supposed to attract a mate if I can't show off my tusks? Wait, or what? Just because orcs paint their faces for war doesn't mean we aren't hygienic. Wasn't my first task as a tooth healer's apprentice to make a toothbrush? My toothpaste mixtures made all of the patients sick, but I could probably make a large toothbrush. Accepting this job will take some time. You don't have enough time. Okay. Did I talk to her? There's a yellow cat that fishes from the stream by the bridge. It's very cute and for some reason makes me happy when I see her. Kind of reminds me of the wizard's assistant. She has a straw-colored hat just like the cat. I've only seen her around the castle once or twice. Her and the wizard usually stick to themselves in the mage tower. Don't ask me to go up there, though. It's not that the magicians scare me, it's just I'm not very fond of heights, you see. Okay, so I like the little cartoony effect. Okay. Looking across the training grounds, you see a beautiful girl with tan skin and long golden hair. It's as if she's an elf. You there. What are you doing walking around my archery range? Are you trying to get yourself killed? You hold out the letter of Drundal's instructions and she instantly snatches it out of your hand. As her eyes move across the page, she looks more and more displeased.
Right.
Is this some kind of joke? No.
Probably
The elf
not.
girl shoves the letter back towards you. A clueless farm boy and Drundal's new apprentice is Drundal's new apprentice. Whatever, just don't get in my way. Well, if it isn't Drundal's special boy.
What do you want?
You don't have enough courage to strike up a conversation with the instructor
What do
yet.
you want?
I can't believe I'm stuck training with some scruffy farm
Right.
boy. Whatever, let's get this over with. First, I want you to shoot a target on my command. Training with the archery instructor will increase your dexterity, yes.
Probably not.
This isn't sword training where you just swing wildly like a drunken orc. Using the bow requires finesse, technique, and above all, discipline. Following my instructions here in training will help you follow the commands in the battle to come. We're a unit and need to attack in critical points in enemy lines. That means shoot the specific target I command, not any target. If I tell you to shoot left, you shoot left. If I tell you to right, you shoot right.
Right.
Even a simple peasant boy like you knows left from right, right?
Probably
The target
not.
is broken down into 4 directions, up, down, left, right. To get started, I'll have you shoot individual targets on my command.
What's that?
Oh, and since
It doesn't make you special.
Oh, and since you're that perverted old man's friend, I'll let you make 3 mistakes before I kick you off my range. I hate her. Good luck, farm boy.
Luck.
Shoot the target up. Shoot the target down. Right. Left. Big deal, you did the most basic of training.
Probably
Quit
not.
smiling and puffing out your chest like that. Your abilities are nothing to be proud of. You'd have to have the coordination of a troll to miss those shots. I need to go help some other soldiers or whatever.
Maybe if you're not so annoying.
I can instruct you more tomorrow. As the archery instructor briskly walks off, you catch her sneaking a quick look back at you. Your dexterity has increased. You obtain a training bow and arrow. The bow and arrow can be equipped in your room. Greetings, traveler. Hey, you smell good for a human. These lances we get as soldiers are fantastic, aren't they? How long do you think they are? Guess. 12 feet. Sorry, I should have let you guess. I just get so excited sometimes, you know? The sword instructor says my enthusiasm is good for morale. I'm not really sure what that means, but I figure morale is better than less al. Right? Squirrel. I ran up the tree. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh, sorry, I forgot squirrels aren't that exciting for humans. I know my job is to stand guard at my post, but I can't stop myself from chasing squirrels. Can you clear them off so I can focus on my duties? If the first guard catches me squirrel hunting again, I'll be in real trouble. Having apprenticed a rodent remover for a couple of days, you know squirrels can have a great deal of damage to wood. If the commander plans to use this wood, perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to remove these squirrels. Accepting this job will raise your courage. Okay. I think I want to do the mage, because I can only do 2. Your legs are burning from walking up so many stairs, but you finally reach the top. The door is made from thick old wood, but you can see the opened it just a crack. It looks as though there is someone inside. What would you like to do? Oh. You don't have enough courage to strike up a conversation with the instructor. Ah, it's you. With a poof of smoke, the girl disappears and you see a yellow cat run out the door. Maybe if I find where the yellow cat went, I'll find the magic instructor. Okay. Didn't they say it was down here? Yeah. Scary man again. With a poof of smoke, the girl disappears and you see the yellow cat run off again. Huh? What's this? Looking down, you notice a torn piece of scroll paper. There's some sort of strange writing, but the language is unfamiliar. Maybe the magic instructor will return to the Mage Tower tomorrow and you can give it back to her then. Exploring the castle looking for that cat was kind of tiring, but reading this paper makes me feel smarter. Your wisdom has increased. You have obtained a novice book and scroll. The book and scroll can be equipped in your room.
Welcome back. Oh, good goblin.
You look exhausted. I hope those instructors aren't going too hard on you. Best get some rest, but if you need anything, I'll be right outside.
Bye now. Hey there, Sugar Plum.
A little birdie told me you're interested in that wet tunic contest.
Don't
Oh.
be shy now, you hear?
I know how boys are.
I know how boys are.
Me and some of the other guards wanted to go too, but, you know, with this rumor of Valti's returning and the war being declared,
Oh,
kind of puts a damper on things. Oh well, no matter what happens, I trust the commander to lead us through it.
you betcha.
And now we have Drendel's companion. She looks at you with expectation. What could go
Go
wrong?
get 'em. Bye-bye now.
Okay. Well, I didn't get to explore everything. See that. Okay. I didn't think this was going to take long, but we're already going into close to a half hour of recording. So I guess I'll just end this here and we'll keep going on to the next state in the next episode. And I'm going to keep playing this. So thank you guys for watching.